International Monetary Fund or IMF's prediction is that Bangladesh will overtake India in per capita GDP in 2020, and this has sparked a furor. Let's do a three-point analysis of the fine print of the IMF World Economic Outlook to know why does the IMF believe so. 1. Bangladesh to pip India in GDP. India is set to drop below Bangladesh in terms of per capita gross domestic product, that's GDP, this year according to the IMF. And that's owing to the nationwide lockdown that was imposed to contain the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is set to face a major contraction right now. Now, as per the report as well, Bangladesh's per capita GDP in dollar terms is expected to grow 4% in 2020 to $1,888. Now, on the other hand, India's per capita GDP is expected to decline 10.5% to $1,897, the lowest in the last 4 years. The GDP figure for both countries is at the current prices. Now, till 5 years back, India's per capita GDP was nearly 40% higher than Bangladesh's. In the last 5 years alone, Bangladesh's per capita GDP has grown at a compounded annual growth rate of 9% compared with the 3.2% growth reported by India during the same period. Now, Bangladesh has over the years also adapted to the changing landscape and has managed to grow its exports, leading to a rise in its per capita GDP growth. Now, Bangladesh's GDP growth in the last few years has also averaged around 8%, and that's according to reports as well, at a time when the economic growth in the rest of the world was slowing down. 2. Is India poorer than Bangladesh then? Well, going by IMF's estimate, India would be the third poorest nation in South Asia, with only Pakistan and Nepal reporting lower per capita GDP, whereas Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives and Sri Lanka would outpace India. Well, the government has, however, clarified that the per capita GDP of India is way ahead of Bangladesh when you compare it in the purchase power parity terms or PPP terms. Now, in 2019, India's GDP in purchasing parity terms was 11 times more than that of Bangladesh, while the population was 8 times more. In purchasing power parity terms, India's per capita GDP in 2020 is estimated by IMF at $6,284 as compared to $5,139 for Bangladesh. Economists are of the view that such comparisons should be avoided and should not be taken seriously, because focus should be on reviving the growth in the non-agriculture sector in India, which has really borne the brunt of COVID-19 induced lockdown. 3. The grim picture is unlikely to last for long. Well, this is the good news that the blip won't last long for India. The IMF projects that India will again surpass Bangladesh in 2021 as its economy bounces back from this pandemic. Also, India's per capita GDP in dollar terms is expected to grow at 8.2% at $2,030 in 2021, compared with an expected 5.4% growth for Bangladesh at $1,990. Now, India, which is the Asia's third largest economy, is likely to bounce back with an impressive 8.8% growth rate in the year of 2021, thus regaining the position of the fastest growing emerging economy as well, surpassing China's projected growth of 8.2% as per the IMF.